Today we are going to talk about success in planting. So, if you stay until the end, you will see the purple potato, purple cabbage and some shelling beans harvest. So, stay with me. Let's get into the topic. So, what is success in planting? If you plant a particular crop multiple times, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks for a continuous harvest, that is also success in planting. I planted radish every 2 weeks to make 2 months harvest continuously. And the other way is like use the same space for planting multiple crops over the period to keep the harvest continuing from the one particular place. That is what we are going to talk about today. This space, if you see, this one is 7.5 in length and 3.5 in width. Here I have okra planted. Now I am going to interplant some of the shelling beans once these pick up. And this is vine beans, green beans that will use this trellis to come up. And no, I have borage, and this one is ground cherry, and we have some fava beans. I cut them off, but they are still coming. And I don't know whether they will make it or not. And these two are the Scabiosa, and this just for the pollination purpose. And this is Calendula. These three are Calendula edible flower. Borage is also an edible flower. So, what I did in this space in the past, when I started planning to plant these things, I started the seeds indoor on January 1st using the heat mat and using the grow light, and did the hardening after 6 weeks and planted in ground on March 1st, which is 8 weeks later. So, I planted all of them using the plant spacing requirement, which is 18 feet, but I did not follow the row space requirement correctly because ours is dense planting and it did well. And I interplanted palak, which I did almost 3 harvests from that, and I planted peas at the same time. Peas and fava beans also I started from indoor and transplanted here. I think peas will do well. I saw that I had another seed directly sowed here that also came to produce same time. So, no, but I did not see much difference in the production. So, that is fine. The total number of plants planted in this area before, that is harvested already, were 2 borage and 7 fava beans and 25 to 30 green beans and 25 to 30 palak and 12 cauliflower and broccoli. So, no, because we use the dense planting method, we planted them so densely. 6 to 8 weeks later, since we transplanted these things, they started producing. Before that, I harvested palak and some of the amaranth volunteers like this one. No, I harvested those things before that. This cauliflower and broccoli, they were producing for about 2 months, and including the fava beans. I harvested almost 3 times fava beans, about 150 grams, I guess. I didn't, it's a very, 7 is very less amount, so that there wasn't much, but this piece I got a good quantity. I had planted on other places as well, so altogether I got a good amount of peas from this space. This is what I meant by successive planting. I'll be continuing to plant more in the fall as well. If the okra and shelling beans, they usually okra will start produce after a month, 2 months, and it will produce heavily for next 2 months. So, but the shelling piece will end soon. So, I will have enough room to do some fall planting, some root crops as well. So, this is what I meant by the successive planting. So, let's harvest some purple potato and purple cabbage today.
Pass me,